are here in the BCTV studio. I'm Helena Leschuk, Operations Manager at BCTV, and I am here with my friend and distinguished author, Michael Nethercott. Welcome, Michael. Welcome to the studio.
Hello, Helena.
Thank you for joining me.
Distinguished Helena.
So Michael and I are hard at work here at a play that Michael wrote from your own lovely brain, a murder mystery set in Vermont, and with an actual historical event woven into the story. So we're just going to talk a little bit about all kinds of stuff. So let's start talking about like mysteries. Mysteries are a huge passion of yours, I understand.
Yeah. I started when I was 13. I saw a version of an Agatha Christie. It was a movie. And then I asked someone, hey, this person who wrote this, did she write any other books?
Little did you know.
3,000,005. And I started, at that age, started reading a lot, like probably 40 over those teen years. And I remember one Christmas, my mom gave me this present that was like this, and then opened up and there was like 7 Agatha Christies.
Oh, that's great.
And the paperbacks.
Did you start with Hardy Boys before that?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a red-blooded American man.
But of course, like from that to Agatha.
I never read none of those, the girl ones.
Nancy Drew.
I have read Nancy
Drew. I read one of those and I was so bored. But, I mean, Agatha's a league of her own, so.
Oh, yeah. So, so I read a lot. Actually, I don't know what this means, but the day I left my teen years and became 20 is the day she died.
Oh.
What does that mean, Helena?
What does that mean? We should ask maybe an astronomer. Maybe it's in your chart or something.
I would say, and I always love the whodunit aspect. So she, for my writing, she's definitely my spiritual godmother in terms of writing mysteries.
And she's like the inventor. I don't know. I always thought of her as the inventor of the page turner, which is part of that whole whodunit. Like, I just need to know, is there another clue? Like we're just desperate for one more bit of information that can inform.
Yeah, and what I always liked is some readers or some viewers of movies or plays have told me they don't really care about whodunit.
What the heck?
Yeah, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, what is wrong with them?
If any of you out there.
They like things explained to them.
Yeah. That's all fair. They just enjoy the dance, if you will. I always really cared about who done it and who didn't do it.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Who was innocent?
I agree. That is important. And like having grown up, I was a big lover of Murder, She Wrote growing up.
As was my mom.
Another great one, Angela Lansbury, and that was the same thing of it's a process of elimination. Who has the motivation? Who doesn't have the motivation? There's always that episode where the dog did it.
Hold the phone. Did the dog do it? Did the dog do it? You need to explain.
We'll talk about that some other time.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know dogs do it sometimes, but
no, there was one where the dog did it, and somehow Angela figured it out. But that's the other thing about murder mysteries too that I love is, and with Agatha too, is you've got Poirot, you've got the everyman who is like just as clueless as we are and is figuring out along with us. We don't really get that in the murder mystery.
Be careful what you say.
It's shared by a few characters.
Yes, we can say that.
It's not just one person.
If you're really itching to say who done it in our play, go ahead.
I will never.
Go ahead.
Because there's no one clear answer.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, which is part of the fun.
How did I start writing mysteries?
And let's talk more about that, and plays too, because I'm sure there's a difference between a work of fiction and a very dialogue-heavy play.
Yeah, I kind of love writing plays because you don't have to put in much exposition. It's just like Bob picks up cup.
Yeah, right.
And as opposed to having to spend a full page
describing the setting.
Right.
How would Moby Dick turn into a play?
How would Moby Dick? I saw a one-man Moby Dick.
Oh.
That's a weird sentence to say.
Was it Ahab? Was it Ishmael? Anyway.
Yeah, where were we going with this? Oh, mystery writing.
Mystery writing.
That's why we're here.
Mystery writing.
So, I'd written things and published and written plays. There was a Alfred Hitchcock mystery magazine.
Oh, yes, you mentioned this.
Which has been around as long as I have. And as a kid, we had a subscription to it, I remember, at least for a year. And it's one of the last pulps. Pulps
right.
in the 30s and 40s, 50s were the thing.
Yeah.
Now there's not as many
right.
magazines. Anyway, there was a contest sponsored by them and something called the Black Orchid Society, I think.
Spooky.
Well, it was because Rex Stout's, what's his name? Nero Wolfe. Nero Wolfe was his detective, and Rex Stout wrote a lot of novellas. So this was a novella contest. So they wanted in the spirit of that detective.
I see.
Not echoing that detective exactly, but just that traditional whodunit.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm a good boy. Maybe I could write.
And you were how old?
I was 50-something. Oh, why'd you think this was going to be a heartwarming?
Still a Boy Scout, though.
I was 6 years old. No, I was a full-blown adult. And I wouldn't say I was cocky about it. I thought, okay, I think I could. I've read enough mysteries. I think I know the structure enough to venture. And I wrote it, and I won the award. And then I was published in Hitchcock.
Excellent.
And I've been published, I think, a dozen times over the years, which was neat for me because, as I say, we had it lying around the house when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But in writing that first novella, and I then used the detectives for short stories and a couple of novels, I wasn't cocky, but I realized how hard it is because, I think of it as a math problem. On one level, you've got the what happened, the murder, assuming it's a murder. I've read novels.
The event.
The event. Usually, it's a murder. And what the lineage of what those actions were that led to it, and then the actual murder. But then you've got a parallel path where the detective, whether it's amateur or a police detective, has to have figured out all that without being there physically.
For sure.
So that's, and that with mystery writing, there's something called being fair with the reader. So you can't at the end say, oh, I never mentioned that Agnes had a twin.
Yeah, right. You can't just keep a piece of information in your pocket and then reveal it at the most convenient time. That's pretty poor writing, I have to say.
So obviously you are keeping some secrets, but
sure.
It can't be something so blatant that it was.
Well, and you see it in poorly made movies too, and you're just like, that's not fair. You feel
ain't fair.
It ain't fair. I didn't see it. It didn't happen in my world.
Yes.
So right. That's a really good point, though, that it also has to happen in your detective's world.
Yeah. And so then going to play. So I've written and directed quite a few things that I wrote in terms of plays, and had published a lot of stories. And I wrote a Western novel 2 years ago. I always wanted to write a Western.
Oh, cool.
But one thing I hadn't done is write a full-length mystery play. Should I say it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
I believe, I don't know if this is true, someone's going to
Look right into the camera and say it.
Listen, the world needs to know this. I don't know if this is true. This one.
You believe it enough.
This one hassled me because she thought it was.
We believe it enough.
Okay, I think this is true. I did research. I believe this is the first full-length. There's going to be a lot of qualifiers to this.
Full-length.
Mystery play that has been produced. You got to put the produced because I'm sure people have written. Vermonters may have written a full-length mystery play, but I have not found evidence evidence. That's another mystery one.
Yes, right.
I have found no clues that there has been one produced prior to this one.
Prior to Midnight in Vermont.
Right. So what do I get? There must be some kind
You get some applause. And hopefully we get a lot of butts and seats coming to see an original murder mystery. And I have to say, just your blurb, which was all I saw when you were calling for actors.
Oh, yeah.
Just the blurb sounded so fascinating to me because everyone loves the 80s. Everyone loves rock and roll.
Those are elements of the play.
And it's got, original music in it as well, which I thought was a very interesting setting for a murder mystery. So it's not, we don't have the big, what is it?
Word, come on, give me a word.
The theater hour.
Theater hour. What's that mean?
With the big velour coat and the pipe and the.
Oh no!
It's very modern. It's a very modern feeling. It's accessible. It's it's for people who might not think Agatha Christie is cool. This play is pretty cool for a murder mystery.
Gosh. Yeah. Should we say a little about the plot without?
I'll talk about the characters a little bit.
Without giving.
Yeah, and the actors. I mean, we're working with a lot of Rock River players.
And people from other, who've done work with other local theaters as well.
So, it's definitely an amalgamation of a lot of community creatives overlapping. And even some of our actors not necessarily being actors, but being more musicians. Such as Addison, who plays Podo. I just know him so much from his bands, and then to see him portray a really fun, cool character, it's just really great. And Anne is wonderful as Sarah. They're all just really dedicated to your play and to the mystery aspect of it, I have to say. We're all a bunch of mystery heads.
Well, one thing you mentioned was, as a playwright, there's been moments during our rehearsals where it's like, oh, they're taking my words seriously, the actors. I mean, which of course you would expect, but part of it is like, oh, whoa, the things that I sat writing at a coffee shop or whatever, the actors are really taking those, trying to do their best with those words. And
it's become very real, in our lives. I mean, I'll speak for everyone, I suppose, but it's. Virgil has come into our lives, and Professor McQuaid, and anyway, they're going to be seeping into my reality for the future.
I think that's
because it's very interesting. I came into mysteries really late, and I'm like, I read Gone Girl and Gillian Flynn, all these really, really new murder mysteries, which are very much page turners, but the language is the same. The clues, the wanting to, following the person along and watching them discover the clues that you might already know about. So anyway, I think mysteries can, whether you love Agatha or not, you are a lover of mysteries, no matter what.
So we mentioned the historical aspect.
Oh yes, yeah, that's very cool. Why don't you do it? Because did you say you were here at the time?
Well, in 1983 is when I moved to Brattleboro.
Oh,
but I do not remember this event.
Interesting.
And why did I even? People say, "Well, why did you come up with this or that for this play?" And I don't remember exactly.
There doesn't have to be a why.
Well, I'm sure there were whys. I'm not sure what drew me to the thing. Somewhere I decided to have a rock and roll aspect.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to mention that.
But you have a connection to music too.
Well, when I was in my 20s, I and a good friend, we wrote a number of songs and we performed out some. And, then life moved on, and then I started doing writing and doing other things, and I didn't really revisit that. Though for a few years it was pretty central.
Writing's important in rock and roll, for sure.
Well, yeah, and I was a songwriter.
Yeah.
So in this play, there's two of my songs that I wrote when I was in my 20s that I was felt, those aren't bad little songs. And I've put them in they're not supposed to be written by me in the play. They're written by.
Well, yes.
But so that's been neat. And I get over you see, I always get a little choked up when Anne plays that song.
Well, there's quite a bit of Michael in the play.
There's a lot of Michael.
Yeah.
So 1983, what happened here in Vermont? It was the worst on record tornado that struck, and up north, and I don't think there were deaths, but there was a lot of financial
property damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was it's still on record. So in this play, I for those who are familiar with the Mousetrap, Agatha Christie's, which has been running since the 50s on the West End in London. I'm expecting a similar run.
Yes, of course.
For Moonlight
in Williamsville.
Midnight in Vermont, yeah. Anyway, so this play and you learn this in the first few minutes, that the death of a character takes place in Williamsville, but the bulk of the play takes place in an unnamed northern Vermont
town.
Yeah, and as in the Mousetrap, the conceit is that all these people are trapped, and there's a great snowstorm that keeps them from wandering out. So I use that concept. It's a tornado that's bearing down on the
But an
characters.
actual real tornado.
An actual real tornado.
That actually really happened in Vermont in 1983.
In 1983, yeah. So that's certainly why I chose that specific year.
Yeah.
I did know there was going to be a time frame. There's a seance in the play?
Yes.
The seance.
There is the seance, which has our friend at BCTV, Laura Lockey. I get to act alongside Laura Lockey.
Oh, yes, she acts this one.
That's right. I do. Well, that's how things happen. Things happen and roles get shifted, and the show must go on, as we all say.
And when Helena first reached out to me,
I did want to act. I have to say I wanted to. I love being on stage.
Oh yeah, and Helena, I had a audition sheet that I had her fill in, and at one point, I don't know what the question on the sheet was. You went off the rails, and you just said
as I often
in
do.
Big letters, "No stage fright!" exclamation
Oh, that's
point.
right. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got it.
Well, that's why I'm here right now. Also not afraid of appearing on television.
No, you're not.
So, and that's what's so fun about sitting here in this chair, and I get to chat with Michael and use this lovely platform to talk about the first, possibly first,
let's just let
full-length murder mystery
we're going to hear immediately about that.
Produced in Vermont in the 21st century. Let's make it even more commodified.
Yeah, I think we probably should lawyer up after making that statement.
Well, I am in the budget.
Nice.
So great. Well, maybe we should wrap up, and we do have a trailer as well for the lovely Midnight in Vermont. Mm-hmm. So people who tune into BCTV should see the trailer. We have the actual play being performed the second weekend in November, the 7th and 8th. And then we return for the 14th, 15th, and 16th for a matinee at 2 p.m. And then every other show.
Evening shows and the matinee.
And the matinee on the Sunday. Every other show is at 7 p.m. And then you can check out more information at rockriverplayers.com, I believe.
I believe. That would be logical.
Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in.
Thank
and we
you.
hope to see you at Midnight in Vermont in November.